Subscribe to Highest Good, where we tell you your future.
How are you doing, Virgo? On Monday, if you are in a relationship, it's possible that you and your sweetheart are about to rethink how you cohabitate together. Family values and domestic needs are up for review. You might even be going back and forth discussing whether or not to have a child together. If you already have children, it's possible that you'll spend time discussing the radically different ways you each parent and how to reconcile this so that you're a united front. If you're single, you might need to consider how much you're letting the opinions of your relatives influence your romantic choices. This is a good time to be happy with your family members. However, you need to control your sweet intake. During this Venusian transit, it will be very hard for you to control your diabetes. So if you already have that, then try to manage your sugar intake. Minor breathing issues can also come up, so try to stay away from cold food. Cold-related allergies can be very much possible, and that can make you tired. There will be emotional issues, and please don't get into any verbal spat with your family members. There are some concerns for your family members as well. On Tuesday, talking about your feelings and deepest needs becomes paramount to you this week. You may know exactly how you feel and what you need from your partner, but you just can't manage to verbalize it in a way that's understood by your mate. You might even find yourself being more reactive than logical, which is only likely to make things more difficult in your love life. Are you overreacting to a situation or to something your lover says? Take a step back and see if you can uncover the genuine answer. If you're single, you could mentally drain yourself from overthinking any emotional lack you're feeling. Don't go down that rabbit hole. On Wednesday, you might be extra touchy this week about not feeling valued and appreciated by others, especially your partner. You may also feel like you're the one always giving and never being taken care of. If you harbor these feelings of resentment, it's a certain indicator that it must be addressed now. You're likely to sit and stew mentally, thinking about everything you have done in the past and how it wasn't reciprocated. It needs to stop. If you're single, it's possible that you realize you need to focus on getting your finances in order before you move on to your next relationship. On Thursday, Mercury turns retrograde in your sign, making it possible for you to think straight. You're likely to be a ball of reactive thoughts and emotions, and no matter how you try to communicate to others, it will come out all wrong. This isn't the time to initiate an important conversation with your partner or to try and make a decision together. Fortunately, the sun in your sign on Sunday will offer you a fresh start in the relationship department, regardless of what your current partnership status is. You just can't figure out how to implement it. Be patient. On Friday, there's more you're not saying to someone you love than what you are saying. That's a problem, and you know it. Yet you can't seem to get the words out no matter how much you realize you need to. As your words continue to get in the way of your love life, consider what's really happening. This silence is all about your insecurity of saying something that leads to you not receiving the emotional fulfillment you truly crave. You might fear rejection, or you might fear that revealing what you really desire will not be compatible with the person you desire it with. Either way, you need to work through the anxiety. It's time. Mercury was activating the reproductive organs for the week But from this week, this influence can be complex. There are chances of a bacterial attack. Menstrual and sexual issues are also possible during this week. The pineal gland is also activated, so this is a good time for meditation as well. Whenever the moon aspects this sector for head and cranium, you may get minor issues like cold or body aches. Venus is influencing your lower abdomen, so there can be digestive issues too. It will be difficult for you to control your sugar intake, and that can trigger diabetes. You need to have an eye on that as well. Have more food in liquid form and have a natural diet. On Saturday, if you think you can talk to your friend this week about any lack of emotional fulfillment in your love life, think again. Their opinions and voices will only serve to confuse you even more. In fact, you might unwittingly reveal information about your partner that is private and end up hurting your love connection more than anything else. If you're single, then you have an opportunity to review why you might be so emotionally closed from receiving love from another person. Why are you playing the avoidance game in dating? Today might help you change your social scene and your mindset. On Sunday, Saturn continues to move through your romance sector, giving you a taste of what is really limiting you in matters of the heart. You may feel lonely or more isolated than usual, especially if you're single. It's possible that you wonder if you'll ever have the love you crave. However, with Saturn in this part of your chart, you've got a major karmic lesson in love ahead. Define what you know you deserve in love and take a responsible approach to getting it. Roll up your sleeves and do the work, and then lasting love will be yours. Mars spends his final week in your true love sector, giving you plenty of steam in the love department. If you're single, your craving for love is ramped up. Because of this, you might take a subtle yet direct approach to getting your heart's desire. How will you accomplish this? A solid wink and smile at someone you're crushing over before you turn your head is one example. Or you might flirt with someone through social media. Don't miss this cosmic opportunity to engage with your next potential love mate. Make a move.
Money and career.
On Monday, financial inflow will be very satisfactory, but you will be also required to take care about your expenses. There is a distinct possibility of incurring several unexpected expenses. You could spend a substantial amount of money for court cases and pending legal matters. Since you have a lot of surplus funds on hand at the moment, it will be a great idea to clear off all your old debts. You could consider investing in real estate today. It will be imperative for you to keep a tight leash over unwanted expenses. Do not spend huge chunks of money for buying exorbitant objects. On Tuesday, this is not a promising day for matters pertaining to finance. Your exorbitant expenses will be uncontrollable. Your investments are also not going to reap any lucrative rewards. Your finance department will miserably fail you. You will not be able to stick to your monthly budgeting plans. Your financial planning will seem to be completely collapsed. You may even need to borrow money from close friends and relatives to keep the show going. You may not even be able to cope up with regular office expenses such as courier charges, telephone bills, electricity payments, etc. This will be due to the carelessness of your staff. On Wednesday, you will need to be extremely cautious while dealing with matters of finance and money. Never sign a document without properly reading it first. As a matter of fact, you should even sign checks after proper contemplation. try to focus upon saving your money as much as possible during this period. We say so because there is a strong probability of incurring unexpected expenses during this time. On Thursday, this week is not very favorable for considering new investments. Those dealing in the stock markets should have a watchful eye over the developments. You will be very relieved to receive unexpected finances. This is a very favorable week as far as your finances and money matters are concerned. If you have been trying to avail a loan for either business development or purchasing capital for goods, you will be able to do so easily today. Any financial strategies that you have planned will be successfully implemented today. On Friday, there is a distinct possibility of spending a considerable amount of money for purchasing electronic gadgets. You will also be able to successfully clear off any old loans or dues during this period. Learn to keep a tight leash over unwanted expenses and focus upon saving for the future. This is a very favorable day as far as your finances and money matters are concerned. If you have been trying to avail a loan for either business development or purchasing capital for goods, you will be able to do so easily. On Saturday, any financial strategies that you have planned will be successfully implemented. There is a distinct possibility of spending a considerable amount of money for purchasing electronic gadgets. You will also be able to successfully clear off any loans or dues during this period. Learn to keep a tight leash over unwanted expenses. On Sunday, the graph of your financial growth during this week will be more or less like a tidal wave. If you learn to surf the tide with adequate precaution, the sail will be smooth and overall you will need to maintain a perfect equilibrium between your financial inflow and expenses. Monitoring your unwanted expenses will certainly help you. Your financial inflow will be very satisfactory today because Moon is in your sign today and things will start looking up today onwards. Do not make random investments based on hearsay.
To get your daily prediction updates from our team of psychics, subscribe to Highest Good and click on the bell notification and never miss a prediction.